Thanks for tuning in on the new ThinkStation. Yeah, this is a stink. This is a stink station. Stink station. Right, everyone. This is my new computer. Well, not this one, but this one right here. And it's a Lenovo Tiny. We're gonna take it out of the box, but this is not its original box. It's just a temporary box. And it's a Lenovo Tiny with 32 gigs of RAM and the GeForce graphic card with 2 gigs of RAM and the DVD writer. And that's the unboxing of a Lenovo Tiny. Well, wait, we still have to take this off. Okay, so Lenovo purchased the desktop division from IBM. So we still stick with Lenovo's because of that. They might follow the IBM procedures. This is the back of the computer. And what do we have here? We have 4 of these digital ports or digital display. We have an HDMI. We have 2 USB 3.0s. We have Ethernet. We have 2 USB 2.0s. And this is a display. Oh yeah, display port. And these are 4 display ports. And this is the power. And this is the power supply for the DVD. In the front, we have a USB-C and headphones and microphone and a USB, but I'm not sure which one. And that's the computer. This is going to replace, no, actually it's not going to replace, it's going to add itself to my stack of desktops to help me with my work. This is the power supply. It's pretty big brick, and I'm happy with this computer because my other one doesn't have a graphic card, and I needed to have a graphic card for, well, DaVinci, it's one of them, and then also like 3D design for 3D printing and the in-betweens, maybe a game here or there. Now we're going to hook it up with wireless mouse and keyboard and try to set up Windows 10, do the updates, upgrade it to the latest thing, then transfer the user profile, and we have a bunch of work to do to just bring this computer to the same status quo as the other one. Now, if I would have a template from that other computer, maybe I could transfer it here minus the graphic drivers and automate the whole process or most of it. But since I want to kind of not bring everything in and kind of segregate the functionality of each desktop, I have to manually set up all these things, bring it to a functionality that I desire. And I do want to try a bit of gameplay on it. I have this game that I play like once every 6 months or so. The only issue that I find with these small tinies is that once you like do graphic or CPU intensive load on them, they have a fan that is obviously small, so you can hear the fan. And I think this has, rather than 4 cores, this has 6 cores. 6 cores, baby. So it's one of the newer ones. Well, actually, it's the newest one possible. It has all the maximum 32 gigs of RAM. It has the latest i7 that they can fit in this box. And it has a 1 terabyte hard drive, which is SSD. And this is what I'm planning to use it for. Mostly DaVinci editing and like graphics. I want to use it for graphics, 3D design, or Blender, Fusion 360, Cura mesh mixer. Very little mesh mixer expertise I have there, and maybe a bit of gaming. I haven't been on a gaming for a long time, so when I play a game, I usually play like old games. Oh yeah, and this model is actually from a game. And before I got my 3D printer, I wanted to have the models ready, but I was kind of tuning the 3D printer. I never got around to print this model. This is a Combine Strider from Half-Life 2. I always wanted to, like, always. When I got into idea to get a 3D printer, I wanted to print one of these bad boys. So I just printed it like 2 days ago, and I may have messed up the settings, because its legs are broken. The legs are supposed to be like this tall. In order to actually get this model started, I had to like install the whole game, scour the internet to remove to extract the model and be able to import it in Cura or export it from Blender or any other of those 3D design tools to get it done. So basically now I can work a little faster with this new computer. Right, so I'm just have to connect these cables here. I have to run the cables. It's going to be a bit of a process setting this up. And, you know, who hasn't been joyous getting a new toy? Well, this guy here hasn't been joyous getting a new toy because he has to set it up. And he hates running cables. Why? He's disorganized. And organizing cables is the worst chore they can make this guy do. And finding an HDMI cable is going to take a bit of time because this room here is a mess. While I find that HDMI cable, you can have a look at the Strider. Alright, so not only I found the HDMI cable, I found a slew of HDMI cables, but we only have one monitor. And we have a keyboard, a wireless keyboard and a wired mouse. And we have another wireless keyboard with a touchpad and a separate wireless mouse. So all I have to do is hook these devices up and make them work. So now we're hooking up the HDMI cable right here. Whew, let me catch my breath here. That was an intense process. I contorted myself like I should have been in the Cirque du Soleil. Alright, moment of truth. We're plugging in, alright, white balance. This is the mouse. This is the keyboard we just broke with the touchpad. And this is the power button. On. Maybe? No? Huh? Something's missing. Something is totally missing. Oh, yeah. I didn't plug the other end of the brick into the outlet. So, no wonder it wasn't working. So now let's try this again. It started on its own. Hey, it lives! Look at that. Would you look at that? To be continued. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, I forgot. Do I even have any ports left on my Ethernet switch? This computer, it's a stationary computer. It's not a laptop, so it needs a wire. The only problem is I forgot to prepare the Ethernet cable for this. Put this cable somewhere in the mesh. Plug it in into the last port of this switch. Oh, this is it. We set up Windows 10 with the new computer. Hooray. Oh, yeah. Task manager. Let's see. Do we get 6 scores? 6 scores, baby. 6 scores. 6 scores. 6 scores. 6 scores. 6 scores.